Episode 6, finally. We've got to the end of the Crow Cams, and this has been an absolute mission to get done. So, like, it's just been an absolute thrash, and it's taken its toll, but we've made it there, and we're here now. So, but in this episode, we're focusing on their two bigger camshafts. So, this is about as big as you sort of want to go with your streeters. Something you don't want to put valve reliefs in and have to worry about piston and valve clearance and all that sort of stuff. So something you can just whack into a stock bottom end and be done with it. Now, bigger isn't always better, and just like the price tag or something, just because it's dearer, it doesn't mean it's better. It's all about the right combination, the right parts for the intended application. So if you're that sort of person who wants to spend all your life at 6,000 plus revs, yeah, the big cams are for you. But if you're someone who wants to use bottom end power and have that acceleration, the big cams aren't for you. So, but let's get to the dyno, let's have a look, let's dissect everything down like we always do, and let's work out what I think, and and let's go from there, I guess. So I guess the big thing is that let me just get rid of that because that shouldn't be there. All right, so the Crow Cams 1289, which is the 238, 254, 614, 113 lobe set, 379 kilowatts, 586 newton meters of torque. Then if you come back to the Crow 1288, which has been a popular cam, that's a 234, 249, 610, 114, 378, 582. So as you can see, the power is very similar, but the curves are very different. Now, I've left the Crow 1777 and the 1038, the littler versions. I've left them here because I just want to show you a comparison between the mid-range cams to the bigger cams. And, it is quite different between them, but this episode is about the big cams. But I just want to give you the demonstration so you know, because a lot of people, as I say, they just want the big cam, and you give them a big cam and they're like, oh, I've lost all my bottom end power. I really don't like driving it anymore. And it's like, well, you probably should have went a smaller cam. So, but let's have a look. So as always, there's our baseline, 295, 536 newton meters. Red line is the baseline through here. Now, the big camshaft, so the 1289, as you can see, it's a substantial amount of power you lose off the bottom. Like that's, what do we got there, 40, it's 20 odd kilowatts off the bottom, and what do we got in newton meters? So, where is it, 435, 5, yeah, it's like 70 odd newton meters, off the bottom you're losing here. That's wild. Like, you will feel that. It won't feel as exciting under sort of like 3,800 revs. So it starts to come on. The two bigger cams start to cross over around that 4,000 mark. They sort of start to come to life. But you can sort of see in the top end where the 1289, sort of between that 5,800 and 6,600, it's slightly better through here, and then it just wants the RPM to 7,000. Where if you come back to the 1288, it's slightly better off the bottom, loses a little bit through the top end. But then sort of just starts to catch up at 5,800, but same thing again, sort of drops off around this range here, and then pretty much comes in line in the top end. So, if you can bring them back in comparison to say like the 1777, which I said in the previous video has the best average power, you can see the red line and the pink line. The pink line's quite close to the factory line off the bottom, and then from 3,600 revs, it's just on, and it holds it all the way to that 5,400 revs. And really, when you think about it, what it misses out in the top end here, it's not that much. It really isn't. And then if you come back to the 229, 244, which is the 1038, now you can see off the bottom, it's slightly less than the 1777. But, if you were to look at these camshafts from a street car perspective, the 1777 and the 1038 are going to be your better street cam. They're going to feel better on the road. They're going to drive better on the road, better manners, and they're going to accelerate and pull to like sort of 6,000 revs a lot quicker. Where the 1289 and the 88, they're not going to feel as exciting under that 5,000 rev range, but once they get to 6,000, it really starts to come on. And I guess that's where those camshafts shine. So if you've got a race car, circuit car, something along those lines, or a big converter car, these cams are going to be a great cam. Now, these cams are always going to respond better once you start going into the cylinder head department. So I guess you as a customer, depends on what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do with these two bigger camshafts, if that's the way you want to go. But hopefully this video just shows you don't need to go bigger to get a better result. You can still achieve a really good result with a smaller cam. And it's been proven time and time again that sometimes the faster car is the one with the smaller combination, the smaller pipes, the smaller everything, you know, because they just 60 foot that little bit better. So it's power under the curve is what makes a car feels fast. And, you know, obviously horsepower in the top is mile an hour, so you can't take that away from it. But, you know, if you can get a car accelerating and fast in the 60 foot, then you've got a much faster car, and it's always going to feel more of a neck snapper as opposed to something that's sort of like a two-stroke. So I guess the decision falls on you, the customer, as to what it is you want from your car, what direction you want to go, how you're going to drive it, when you actually drive it. The big thing is, you know, are you going to put your family in there? Is your missus going to drive it? Or, you know, have you got a kid that's on their L's or whatever? All this stuff comes into play. You've got to think about it. And, you know, as you start getting into these bigger cams, they stink. They stink out the exhaust. They're not very friendly. It's not the sort of thing that, you know, you go into an underground car park and it's just, you know, eye-watering. People say it's in the tune. It's not. Like, you can clean it up, you can make them better, but they will always stink. You just can't remove that aspect of it. It's a bit of a trade-off. So, you know, so sometimes smaller camshaft, better car to drive, nicer to drive, funner to drive, nobody whinges, everyone's happy. It's a great thing. But, you know, if you want to live life on the top end side, yeah, the big cam is for you. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope it's cleared your head up in the sense of what direction you do want to go. And, you know, if you were going to go with a bigger cam, I may have actually, you know, talked her out of it and might have, you know, sent the other way. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Crow Cams for supplying us all of these cams to test out. It's been a marathon and we've got through it now, and yeah, it's time to move on to some other stuff now. And yeah, we'll go from there. So like always, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, thank you for your support. Thanks for your comments and so on. Anything you need to know, drop it in the comments below. If you want to talk to us, you know, on our socials, you know, just jump on any of those and talk to us there, or send us an email, whatever works for you. So anyway, guys, thanks again, and we will see you on the next one. Catch you later. Bye.